I'm making now about $1,200 to $1,400. And I own mine. And guess what? Just like how people that's in real estate can borrow against their home, I can borrow against mine.
Because of the land.
Because of the land.
Hey, gang. The Headley Group Real Estate Show is a video-audio podcast designed to highlight and interview real estate professionals, entrepreneurs, and other fields alike. The mission of our podcast is to acknowledge people of color and show their successes, and in return, help our audience learn from them and pick up tips and tricks in building additional income.
Hey, ladies and gents, this is Mike Headley. We are back. Another great episode on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. As you can see right now from the background that we are on location, but that does not stop us from moving forward and highlighting great guests who's going to educate us and guide us on the wonderful world in real estate. We got a brother today. We reached out to him and we talk about residential, commercial, land deals, flips, but mobile home investing, we have not highlighted as much. And this brother's doing something wonderful. His brother's doing this since he's at the age of 15 years old and have a wonderful company down in Atlanta, Georgia, and he is the mobile home closer. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Abdul Shabazz. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Doing excellent, man. How about yourself?
Oh, man, brother, listen, man. There's one thing about this market we in called real estate. You know, rates is going up.
That's right.
And people are a little nervous. Sellers are losing a little bit of leverage now because they take everybody earnest money, option money. So now we in this battle here, right?
Yes.
Residential game, commercial game, but you're doing mobile investing.
Right.
Brother, you had the beginning journey. What was it that had Mr. Abdul say, I need to get in this field of real estate?
Yes. So peace and blessings, everybody. Like my brother Michael said, my name is Abdul Shabazz, also known as the mobile home closer. I began my journey back when I was 15 years old. I got to give a huge shout out to my pops because my pops, he was investing in mobile homes back then. And what he would do is he would actually take me to the mobile homes where he had his tenants at, and he would actually show me how to interact with tenants. Now, during that time, I didn't know what he was doing, but when the tenants would leave the house, he would bring me to the mobile homes. He would say, Abdul, I need you to paint this area. Abdul, I need you to fix the steps. Abdul, I need you to patch that hole. And I didn't know what I was doing during that time, but he would help me. And gradually, I started to gain some skills. And that was the one thing my father taught me as, even as an adult right now, is that whenever you have a son, make sure your son develops some type of skills he can use with his hands. And back then I didn't see what he was doing, but now I see everything that my father was doing with me. And, once I graduated high school, I got into the construction field. And of course, I started utilizing the skills that my father taught me, and I learned, different skill sets. And I was using that, of course, in my journey right now as a mobile home investor. But it wasn't until maybe about 5 years ago when I decided that I'm going to take what my father have taught me and do for self, because that's something that we always say in my household: do for self or suffer the consequences. And so with that right there, I took it to heart whenever I was at work one day and the owner came inside. And when he came inside, everybody was like, oh, when the owner comes, don't talk to him, because he's going to shut you down. So I was like, no, I'm going to talk to him. I had this great idea and what I could do with the youth during that time. So he actually approved it. But when he approved it, he put it in the hands of the director. And the director had me submit my proposal, and my proposal had everything. And what I was going to do was, the youth there, they wanted something to do, because you already know how we are in our community. If you leave a lot of 16, 13, 14 years old together, they're going to get into trouble if you don't have nothing constructive for them to do. And so I put together a comprehensive program for them to actually, get outside, do something constructive, and they approved of it. But 2 weeks later, they actually gave it to someone else in my company. And everything I had inside of the proposal, they went online and bought it. They bought everything that I had in the proposal and they gave it to somebody else. So in my mind, I was very, very upset. And I'm only 28. So of course I was about 24, 23 during that time. And I told myself, I have to do for myself. I have to create something so I can dictate my own moves. I don't want to put my future in someone else's hands. And that's whenever it hit me. I said, mobile home investing. So I called my father right away. My father started laughing. He was like, Abdul, Ben was telling you to get in this. And let me tell you, man, my first deal. And one thing people don't understand is people want this quick money, right? But I studied for 10 months. I studied my it was RBCs. I studied real estate, business, and credit for 10 months straight. I didn't listen to no radio. I didn't listen to anything. The only thing I was doing was I was reading audiobooks, podcasts for 10 months straight. And I was able to secure my first mobile home deal. And I paid $800 for that deal. I paid $800 for my very first mobile home. And the crazy thing about it was, as I was going to the location, this was down in Columbus, Georgia. The home was up for, it was $1,100. I went to the location, I talked to the property manager. She was like, oh my gosh, the house is a wreck. Now, mind you now, I grew up, looking at mobile homes and fixing mobile homes. So when I got to the mobile home, I'm looking around the house like, I know she's not calling this a wreck. It was a gold mine. So I say, this is easy if she's calling this a wreck. So, long story short, I allowed certain people to get in my ear. People were like, there's no way you can buy a home for $1,100 during that time. And so I went there on a Tuesday. I called the guy back on a Friday because I was still wrestling with my own self. I have not, at that time, I didn't master, how to control my own mind, how to control myself, right? And everything was all about mindset. So I went there on Tuesday, I called the guy on Friday. He said the home was sold. He said the home was sold. And I told myself, I said, if God allowed me to have another opportunity like this, I would never let it slip through my cracks like I did again, like I did, before. And what happened was 2 weeks went by. The guy called me up and said the person who was supposed to buy the mobile home was unable to purchase the home. And so I was like, I said, oh, this is God all the way. So I asked the guy, I said, where you located right now? He said, I'm in Atlanta. I said, well, I'm in Atlanta. And then from there, it was history. My father, he taught me a great negotiating tip. He said, anytime y'all negotiated the first price, which was $1,100, he said, if the deal goes off the table and the person comes back to you, now it's time for you to renegotiate. So I renegotiated from $1,100, what we agreed on before, and I got the mobile home for $800. I fixed up the mobile home, and then I ended up selling the home for $9,950. So off of that first deal, I made a $6,150 profit. My wife, she surprised me at the home, and from there I just looked at her and I said, this is it. This is it right here. So,
brother, you giving us so many great jewels, brother. I gotta unpack some of that, right? I gotta, because the audience is saying, okay, wow, he made, okay, put $800, he made this much. Let's take it back some. Let's take it back just a little bit. What made you say 10 months, blocking everything out, tunnel vision, focused on podcasts, reading, connected with my father? What made you take that approach and say, this is the path I need to take versus another path in terms of the education piece of it?
Yeah, well, I understood that information leads to transformation. I understood that. And some people, like I said, when people jump into things, people want a microwave process. They want to throw the whole chicken in the microwave and put it on 10 seconds and it'll be done, right? That's not how business works. 80% of business failed within the first 3 years. So I knew if I was going to be getting into the real estate, right? I knew if I was going to be getting into business. I knew if I wanted to leverage my credit, those were the things I had to study before I actually jumped, you know? And so that's why I took those 10 months. And it wasn't like I told myself I was going to take 10 months. I felt as if I was ready during that time. It clicked for me. I said, I am ready now. And once I made up my mind, I went out there and I was fearless. I was fearless, but I was still shaky though, but I was fearless.
Which is understandable.
Right. Exactly. It's something whenever you're away from your family. It's like when you're away when you're in a nest, everything is good. You got the backing of your family, but once you're away from the nest, now you're doing things on your own. And that was a little difficult, for me during that time. But of course, when you do one deal and two deals and three and four and five, and you start exploding, and now you're rolling with it.
So would you say which a lot of people don't have, some people may not have the direct mentorship, someone who's actually in the game, such as your father, right? Mm-hmm. How much your father plays so much of an important role as you was going through the 10 months to click and said, okay, I'm ready to take this on? Were the questions still posed to your father like, hey, what about this? Was he still giving you pointers after that process of 10 months?
Yes, sir. Even now, me and my father, the relationship that we have built, over the last couple of years, me and my father probably talk 5 to 7 times a week.
Wow.
Okay. Even now, we talk. Mm-hmm. Before our podcast, me and my father was on the phone for about an hour. So we had that relationship, and I knew that I had to lean on him because I don't want to be that person that try to lean on my own understanding. And whenever you try to lean on your own understanding, you end up failing hard. So what I did was I put my ego to the side, and I didn't want to be that person to say, oh, I can do this, Daddy, watch me do. No, hell no. No. Hey, Pops. Hey, what is the steps? I know I need to do X, Y, and Z, but how about this? I just want to make sure. And, after talking to him and of course doing my own studies, I got more comfortable, so, it's very important to have somebody to lean on, but if you don't, there's so much things that you can do just to make sure that you're ready. And even if you're starting out and you just have a checklist of everything that you need to do, just follow your checklist, from A all the way through Z, and then just do it. Don't try to skip any steps, do it A to Z, and then, you can do it on your own. The biggest thing is really studying the game. If you study the game, and if you be a student to the game, you'll be successful.
Well, you made so many great points there that I can personally say has helped me tremendously. Ego, right? Ego is the enemy. Actually, there's a book on that. Ego, I think, particularly like you talked about us earlier, that hurts us a lot, right? There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I don't know, can you help me, right? It doesn't make you less of a person, so I commend you on that. What do you say to a person who says, okay, Abdul, I hear what you're saying, 10 months in the game, complete studying, focus. I don't have the direct mentorship, which you just talked about a minute ago. And I don't want microwave results, but is there another way? Is there another way I can do it without actually going through this process here? What do you say to that? Another way for me to get the results you had? Because people will look at your results, they don't look at the process. They want your results.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So I'll say this. Everybody have a transformational gap. Where they are and who they want to be are two different people. The way how you get to your transformational, that gap, that next level, is you have to find somebody that is doing what you want to do. So the only way to be able to receive my results is if you find a person like me that is doing nice numbers and have built a multi-six-figure business. You got to find a person like that in order for you to see results. You can't find nobody who just did one deal and then try to go to that person and try to learn everything, because that person have not experienced an eviction. That person have not experienced a person just squat inside of their home and how they get. Person have experienced a lot of things. So if you want that transformational gap, you got to connect with a person that's already there. That's the only way you're going to be able to see the results. Now, of course, if you don't connect with a person, you need to find somebody's course. Because you may be a person to say, I don't need no hand, nobody to hold my hands. I can look at videos, I can follow it step by step. And then if you are not just selling information and you're selling me results, right? Then I can follow what you have on the screen and I can be able to get the same results. So it depends on what type of, person it is. I had people who bought my ebook and said, Abdul, your ebook is an entire course. And I was able to close mobile home deals just off your ebook. So it all depends on the person. All depends on the person. A lot of people look at the coach and I can get you to where I'm at. I can at a faster rate, but it all depends on a person. Me personally, if you are lazy, see, my thing is this: your comfort zone is your broke zone. I don't deal with nobody who likes staying in their comfort zone.
That's it.
So it is, it's not just the coach, it's the person, and you got to be ready. A lot of people are not ready. They say they're ready, but they have not yet became the person who can do the thing yet.
Different versions.
That's big. It's big, man. You gotta literally become the person who can do the thing. Some of us, we're still in the kindergarten, but we're trying to do high school work. You have not become that person who can do algebra work yet.
Great point.
Me personally, I don't take everybody, all clients. I don't take all. And that's just something, that I do, because I don't feel as though everybody is ready. And what happens is you'll waste your time and you waste my time.
Exactly. Great point.
Hey guys, thank you for watching our show. We're going to interrupt you real quickly. We are in the business of referrals. If you know someone looking to buy or sell, residential or commercial, here in the North Carolina area, refer us. We really appreciate that.
Let's break it down. Let's talk about the deal. If you mind, let's talk about that first deal. $800. You said you had you sold about $9,000 plus. What was that marketing like in terms of getting that $9,000? Like, what did you have? What did exactly, if you mind discussing, what was that breakdown like, so somebody on the other side of this can see, okay, well, this is what Abdul did on that particular deal.
Right. So I'll break down the entire deal. So as y'all know, I got the deal for $800. The home was an hour and 45 minutes from my house. Now, I tell people this: if you're not willing to drive an hour and 45 minutes to make $10,000 and your job is still paying you $2,000, then you don't want it as bad as me, right? Because during that time, I wanted it bad, real bad. If the home was 3 hours away. Now, I knew how to do the work inside of the home. So every weekend, I was in Columbus, Georgia. Every week, I was working on a home. And the funny thing about it is, I didn't have a lot of money. I started this whole journey with only $4,000 in my bank account. The whole journey, I started with $4,000, able to turn $4,000 into a multi-six-figure business, soon to be a seven-figure business. Nice. So I tell people, don't just look at the money and be like, oh, I got to do. Now look, God have ways to open up doors for you. All you got to do is just walk through it. So as I'm renovating the home, I'm using my wife's car as a ladder, bro. Literally, I'm trying to paint the top of the house. I can't reach it, so I'm on top of my wife's car painting.
Wow.
A guy 2-3 homes down came to me. He said, excuse me, sir, I have a 10-foot ladder at my house. You can use it whenever you want. So I said, okay. I jumped down, went to his house. Me and him, we was conversing. And then I grabbed the ladder. I'm working. Now I'm getting down to the latter part, I would say, of, you know, renovating the home. So the guy comes back and he said, "Excuse me, sir, do you mind if I come inside the house?" Now me, I'm not really open to a lot of people. So I'm like, I don't know if it's one of these nosy dudes just want to come and see what type of, you know. So something told me, let him in the house. So I said, okay, well, cool. So he came, he walked through the house, and there was an issue with the bathroom. I didn't know how to lift up the subfloors inside of a mobile home. And he was like, he said, "Oh, that's easy." He said, "I know how to renovate mobile homes." So I said, "For real?" So he called his partner. Now, me personally, Mr. Michael, I'm not going underneath the mobile home. That's just a no-no. So he calls his partner. His partner comes. He goes underneath the mobile home. He lifts up the subfloors with another wood. The guy went inside the bathroom. He screwed it down. Now the bathroom floors is level. So I'm like, I said, wait a minute. And he said, look, he said, if you need any more help in his home, he said, let me know. So then I had him walk around the house. And once I had him walk around the house, I told him everything I needed him to do. And so he said, okay, well, cool. He gave me the price. The price shocked the hell out of me because it was so low. And I said, man, I paid them. They did everything inside the house. They did an excellent job. I market the home on Facebook Marketplace. See, people go on Facebook to gossip. People go on Facebook to bite, the backbite, right? They go on Facebook all type of foolishness. I go to Facebook to make money. So I put the home on Facebook Marketplace. I had close to 200 people that reached out to me, said they wanted the home. Now,
wow.
Now the people are coming to the mobile home, right? Because I'm doing an open house. People are coming to the mobile home. This lady, the lady who bought the home, she was like, hey, look, you know, I'm about to go look at another mobile home, this and that. I said, okay, well, cool. And so what I do, and you know, of course, back then I wasn't as experienced as I am now, but one thing that, you know, you or your listening audience can do is whenever you want to seal a deal, you just have somebody put down, of course, earnest money. They put down earnest money. Now, you know, you got them locked in. And, you know, this young lady, I told her to put down earnest money. She put down the earnest money. I had her locked in, right? And as we're finishing up the mobile home, and let me tell y'all, I wanted this. I knew this is something that I wanted. I spent the night at the mobile home from Thursday all the way to Sunday.
Dedicated.
So I told my wife, I said, look, I said, this right here is going to be my breakthrough. I said, I just need you to believe in what I'm doing.
Nice.
I said, so I'm going to be gone for a couple of days, but just know it is for the betterment of our family. Man, I went to Walmart. I bought an air mattress. We didn't have any, you know, heat inside the house. So I took my trench coat from my house. That was my blanket. I bought a $4 pillow from Walmart, and I slept on that for 3 nights until the house was finished. I woke up every morning at 6 a.m. to work on the house. Now, Sunday is when the lady came inside of the house, and now I'm gonna give y'all some game right quick too. Now, with this mobile home, I wanted the mobile home to look real nice with the renovations. The lady walked inside the house with her significant other, and she had the check in her hand. And she said, here, Mr. Shabazz, here's the money. And so I look at the check and my eyes got big. Because that's the first time I ever, you know, received a check that big. And so what I ended up doing, you know, I gave her the title to the mobile home, and she said, Mr. Shabazz, we weren't finished with the home now. We were about 90% done with the home, 95% done. She said, Mr. Shabazz, she said, I want you to stop. She said, my family is coming from out of town, and we're going to renovate this home.
Oh, wow.
Now, mind you now, I would have made more money in profit if I knew she was going to renovate the home. So now what I teach my students is you want to make sure you have one model that you follow with every home. So all of my homes, I follow one model. So my garage right now is full of materials. So there's sometimes when we renovate mobile homes, we don't even have to buy materials.
Right.
You know, and so that right there taught me a valuable lesson. But that's how my first deal went. And till this day, that same handyman that came to me, I still use him.
Wow, nice.
Till this
How
day.
did you find that handyman?
Say that again?
How did you find that handyman?
No, you got to remember, the handyman found me.
That's right. Oh, the same gentleman. That's right. Who able with the day we gave the ladder. Wow.
Yes,
awesome.
The same guy.
And
4 years later.
Quick question I want to ask you here. I know, okay, now that and I appreciate that example, because again, people, you know, you got the podcast, and people will say, well, walk us through a deal. Have you ever, two-part question, have you ever invested in any kind of single family, particularly at this stage? And if you have, well, if you have not, well, if you have, what is that the advantages, disadvantages in mobile park investing versus single family homes, residential?
Yeah, so I haven't. And the reason why I haven't is because mobile homes been doing me just fine. I have a lot of friends that's in the real estate game, but when we did a comparison, mobile homes actually blew single family homes out of the water.
Okay.
And that's the reason why I won't say I don't intend, I will, but at this moment in time and what I'm doing right now, there's no need for me to cross over. And I give you an example. So when it comes down to mobile homes, we can buy the mobile home the same exact day. Real estate property, you can't do that.
It's true.
It could take 30, it could take 45 days to close. You know, with people with their contingencies and or to sell this or to buy. Mobile homes, I can go to a mobile home right now and buy it, and it's mine. That right there is priceless to me. And some people say, well, mobile homes, they depreciate, Abdul, right? Look, I'm in the process right now of building my own community, and we're going to be building communities all over the country. And people don't understand that when mobile homes are tied to land, it is now real estate property. So if somebody asks me, do I own real estate? I do own real estate. But when mobile homes are tied to land, now you can sell it as a package deal. So that same mobile home that's $10,000, if you attach it to land, is now worth $100,000. The people that are in real estate, and of course, there's no knock to anybody that's in real estate. I think real estate is excellent for anybody to get into. But if you look at it like this, I got a mobile home. Matter of fact, I give you another deal. Let's do a breakdown. So I got another mobile home for $600. Now, these numbers, of course, as I'm growing, I know how to get the mobile homes for little or nothing and everything else. But let's just give you a breakdown. If I get a mobile home, I'm not going to do $600. Some people, I want to be a little bit realistic. I average about $4,500 whenever I purchase a mobile home. So if I get a mobile home for $4,500, and let's say I put money into it, I'm all in $10,000. Now I have a property that's free and clear for $10,000. Somebody goes to get a single family home. Oh, we don't want to talk about the prices that's today, because you know it skyrocketed all over the country, right? But let's just keep it, you know, at a minimum $200,000. So now you got a home at $200,000, right? And you know you may put 10% down. Let's say you put $20,000 down. Now my home is paid for. I don't owe nobody, but I'm receiving $800 residual income, and you're receiving $600 to $800 as well, which position would you rather be in?
Right. I see.
And if I want to leverage my mobile home, especially if it's on my own land, I'm making more than that $600 or $800. I'm making now about $1,200 to $1,400. And I own mine. And guess what? Just like how people that's in real estate can borrow against their home, I can borrow against mine.
Because of the land.
Because of the land. So to me, it just made more financial sense for me to stay in the mobile home game because I have not seen another, way that works. Now, of course, people have, multi-family homes and, they can do a whole lot with that. I mean, that's perfect. It's excellent. But I like to be in a position of ownership. I don't like to be in a position where somebody can come back to me and be like, hey, look, we need that from you. I just like to be in a position of ownership to say, no, I own all of this. Now, of course, in the near future, whenever, we start building our portfolio, of course, we're going to be leveraging other people's money like we do now. It's inevitable whenever you want to take things to the next level. It's inevitable, but right now where I'm at, this is golden right here. This is golden. And I would say this too, Brother Michael. Some people think that you got to utilize the bank, right? So I'm a thinker. The bank would not survive if they did not have our money, right?
Thanks.
So here's the thing, Brother Michael. Why am I going to the bank?
That's it. All they're gonna do is take it somewhere else.
It's no need for me. No, I'm even talking about getting a loan.
Okay.
I don't need to go to the bank to get a loan. You know why? Because my work speaks volume. I have an investment company, GWB, stands for Generational Wealth Builders. Anytime I need money, I get my money from that business on 0% interest. 0% interest. So I don't need a bank. Right now, I can call 10 people to give me $10,000 and I have $100,000. We go and we purchase properties, we leverage it, everybody get their split. Why do I need a bank? I don't need a bank.
Quick commercial break. If you're interested in a career in real estate or you're a seasoned vet, you might want to change, new environment. You don't like the atmosphere you're in. The Headley Group Realty could be there to assist you with your career. What do we offer? Great culture, great environment, leads, and an awesome commission structure. Let us be there to support your business. One thing, you got to be in the state of North Carolina. Let's get back to the show.
Let me ask you about that. Okay, so now we got a viewer watching, and you make a great point. Now, okay, I don't want to deal with the bank, or my credit's shabby, or had a foreclosure on my record. I know I can't get proper financing. Let me go this route here. Using other people's money. We do know there's a lot of, I guess, SEC laws and far as using people's funds. How does that break down, if you mind sharing? You could be general, not as specific. How does that break down to, like I said, someone else wants to do that same format? We get 5 from him, 8 from him, 9 from there. Do you all put it in one LLC, corporation? And how does that play out?
Yeah, so what me and a couple of my partners did, we formed an LLC. We did a partnership. Okay. So of course, with Generational Wealth Builders, we invest in many different things. So nice. Just not mobile homes, stocks. We even breed dogs. We got so many different things. We buy silver. We're going to be buying gold next. So we do a lot of different investments, but we formed a partnership. So we went to the bank together, got everything, all of the documents, all of the agreements signed, notarized. So we did everything correct. So I'm not telling anybody to just go out there and just start taking people money, right? There's no contracts, nothing is signed, and you just you're doing things your own way. No, we did everything like how it's supposed to be done. Of course, there's other ways people can do it, but with that business, GWB, that's exactly how we did it. We formed a partnership. We went down there, the proper paperwork that needed to be signed and documented by the 3 of us. We did exactly that. So I would tell anybody who want to go that route as far as group economics, that's the best route to go.
And is that typically and again, without not trying to get into all your business, but would that be spelled out an operating agreement that you get a third, you get a third, and I get a third, or is it just different roles? Because
no, that's going to be in your operating agreement.
Okay.
That's okay. Definitely that was one of the paperwork that was signed at the bank as well, because everybody got to know, like, when money come in, when the money goes out, how is that money going to be dispersed? You gotta have agreements. You know what I'm saying? That each party agree upon. You gotta have your SOPs. All of that gotta be in place whenever you're forming a business. Even prime example. Another thing that was, we had to sign off on is just when deals come our way, how are we going to agree on these deals? All of these things need to be, really thought out before you put it on paper. Thought out, then of course put in the legal documents, and then sign, because you don't want to ever be in a position to where it's like a 2 against 1. Don't get this deal, and everybody else get the deal. We need to get this deal, right? We don't got time for that, so everything need to be spelled out. Everybody got to have the same like mind. That's how I look at it. You need to get with like-minded individuals whenever you start anything like this. If they're not like-minded, you need to go ahead and drop them like a bad habit, because your business is not going to turn out like how you thought it was going to turn out. You need to talk about scenarios. Hey, if this happened, you really need to know your partner. Y'all got to be definitely in harmony, in sync when it comes down to business, because some people, they think they know business, but once they get into it, it's a whole lot of curves, especially when it comes down to tax season, and it's a lot that goes into it.
Well, I'm glad, just to piggyback on what you were saying, and the reason why I asked you that, because I think I'm quite sure with some of your viewers, and then just the people I've talked to, they become friends with somebody or meet somebody at a conference or as a family member. Hey, let's go in business together. The idea sounds wonderful, but then do you really know this person from a business standpoint? What is their business acumen, right? So, and then you get a lot of businesses that don't do well because of the personal overrides the actual business. They didn't know each other, didn't spell things out like you suggested. And I just think that's so crucial. That's why I really wanted people to get a good understanding that whoever you get in business with, really understand them. Do a personality test. There's nothing wrong with that. See if you like each other, because that would destroy the business, right? If that's not spelled out. But again, I just wanted to piggyback on and get your thoughts on that. Let's shift a little bit in terms of your course, right? And that's one thing that you highlight a lot, that information is transformation, and you're doing that with your viewers on your podcast. Your course spells everything out, exactly what we need to do to get, because there's so many courses out here. I've get viewers say to me, Mike, there's just so many out there for this, for that, but at the same time, they always hit me with the upsell. They gave me just a little bit, but then they give me the upsell later. And I take it you understand what I mean by that. By there's so many out there. But like you said, your course spells things out from A to Z. Just give us a snapshot. Give us a snapshot of what kind of the course entails, and give viewers just a deeper look into it.
Right. So the very first video in my course is mindset. I got my partner on there, multi-millionaire. So shout out to my boy Byron. He did the first course. He's talking about mindset. I believe everybody needs some type of mindset shift. And some people have to literally erase what they have learned in the past, because what they have learned in the past is wrong. So the first video is mindset. Then that's whenever I show a person step by step by step. The next video is going to be marketing. Marketing is the number one thing I preach. The reason why I preach marketing is because if you have a $1 billion product in your hand, but nobody knows that you exist,
useless.
It's useless, right? So therefore, I teach people high-level marketing, how to get yourself out there so people can know that you exist. Right now, if I wasn't on Instagram, there's people who DM me all of the time. Realtors that call me, that DM me. They never dealt with a mobile home before. So they want me to come in on the deal so I can quarterback. There's so many things, but if they didn't see my videos, if they didn't know, Abdul Shabazz, the mobile home close, they would. So the second video is going to be talking about marketing. And then from there, I have other instructors that really shows, their expertise, so I have a guy that comes on next. He's doing a whole Excel breakdown. So whenever you are doing your deals, how you can actually put the deals in your Excel sheet. So we have that. We have a park manager that comes on and talk to the people and just give the people her point of view, because we're coming in as an investor and they're allowing us in their park as a park manager. So we need two sides of things, right?
Fact.
We're doing deal breakdowns. I'm teaching the people how to find the deals. So everything really is in the course. The course is 18 hours.
Okay.
So it's not like your regular course, 4 hours. Now, of course, I can teach it in 4 hours. I can teach it in 2 hours, right? But the meet and greet is in that 18-hour course. So the course is very good. It was a 5-week class that I had that I went ahead and I formulated into a course because of the time frame that we put into it. The end of the course is it's a one-on-one that I'm doing with the students. So you will be able to see, how the students respond, my responses, so we do scenario drills. And that part right there is 3 hours alone.
Nice.
So every scenario that you can really think of, you talking to a park manager, you talking to a seller, you talking to a buyer, you talking to a handyman, you talking to a park owner, all of that is in the 3 hours, and you're going to see how the students are responding. So you be like, oh man, I had that question. Oh man, I would respond like that. The course is definitely amazing. My pops, he actually took the course as well. Now, he's the one who taught me all of this, but he knew over the years, of course, I started doing other studies. I started taking other courses. I started elevating my mind, going to conferences, and I put all that inside the course. He took it and, he rated the course an A+.
Nice.
The information that because he said that he learned more information about mobile home investing, coupled with what he already knows. So my thing is, I don't like to really, give a grade or be like, oh yeah, my course is this. I let my students speak. My students would show you their results. Matter of fact, yesterday, we had a conference 3 weeks ago. Yesterday, a husband and wife posted and tagged me in it. And they said, Abdul, since we left your conference, we just bought our first mobile home from the information you implemented in your conference. And I'll be posting it on my Instagram today. So my thing is, and we have an inner circle as well, but I let my students speak. I don't like to speak about what I've done. No, I'll put my students out front. My students who have already left their jobs, students who's having major success in this game, I'll put them out front, let everybody see them, and they can talk about what the program I've done for them and what mobile home investing I've done for them. I don't got to say a word.
Well, the reason why I emphasize the course, brother, because again, you're doing something wonderful, particularly in that segment in real estate, right? Everybody know about the single family, some do the commercial, the multi-family land deals, but the mobile park, the mobile home aspect of it is not as broken down as much. So we definitely want to highlight you on that. Brother, you dropped some wonderful jewels. You kind of got me interested. I have a nice portfolio, don't have no mobile homes, right? So I don't know why I passed them. I've seen them, and I don't know. It just didn't strike my attention. But now you definitely clicked the light bulb on in my head. So definitely would be kind of, there's some interest there. Brother, usually towards the end of the show, we ask the guests give us 2 golden nuggets. You gave us about 6,000.
Yeah.
Give us 2 golden nuggets, brother. Whether it's a book, scripture, a quote, just anything that can just keep the people going. Something from you.
Right. So I tell people this: if you don't jump, you will never fly. The thing that I'm looking at right now is the people who hear this, the people who already know about mobile home investing. You never want to be in the same place that next year that you are today. You don't want to be on the sideline like, dang, Abdul told me about mobile homes, but it's 2025 and you still haven't made a move, but you seeing mobile homes blow up. But now here's the thing though, and of course everybody have to make a decision because you are where you are today based on the decisions that you made.
That's it.
It's a fact, right? So now here's the thing now, crazy thing is this, the president, Biden, he just came out and said that they are now going to be doing a big funding for mobile homes.
That's the jewel, people.
So I've been telling my students, I said, look, mobile homes is actually about to blow up past everything that you're seeing now. Single family, multi-families, mobile homes, and mark my word, Michael, mobile homes is going to blow up past all of those. Now, for the president to just come out and say, we are about to launch a program specifically for mobile homes. You know why? Because the affordable housing crisis. That's what we solve as mobile home investors. The affordable housing crisis. So right now, the economy is about to go down hard because rental increase. Atlanta alone went up about 72% in the market.
Yeah. In that, correct.
That's huge. So now, guess what? If you work a 9-to-5 job, they're still paying you $2,000 every month. But now your rent is $1,500. So now you only have $500 left over. Now gas prices is predicted to go up to $10 in August. So now all of your money is going to be depleted. You're not going to have any funds to buy food. You're not going to have any funds to buy diapers. You're not going to have funds to do a lot of things that you were used to doing. So guess what? You're going to leave your apartment. You're going to leave that house and you're going to get you a mobile home. Mark my words, Michael. Mark my words. And the president, when he made that statement about a day ago, he just confirmed everything that I was coaching my students this year and what's about to happen with mobile homes. He just confirmed it. And so I'm telling people, watch. I had this conversation late last night with a couple of investors. I'm just telling them, watch what's about to happen to the market, how things are going to come crashing down, and watch how mobile homes are going to start booming. So I'll leave y'all with those words right there, big bro.
Wow. You know something, brother? Let me tell you something, man. We definitely going to just chat a little bit off air. We want to thank Abdul Shabazz, the mobile home closer. His brother doing some wonderful things. Please, people, go out and his brother's course. He's giving you knowledge. He just gave you a good jewel there. Okay, gang. We'll see you all next time on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. You all take care.
Hey, gang. I hope you really enjoyed that show. Our guests provide us some great tips and insight, and please support them on all social media platforms. And while I'm saying that, support us on all social media platforms. And don't forget, watch the entire video on YouTube. We'll see you next time.